Welcome to AI Podcast Nigeria.
Welcome to AI Podcast Nigeria.
Wow. Wow.
If you're looking for a fresh perspective on Nigeria, a chance to really dive deep into its culture and its people,
And maybe get hungry along the way.
definitely get hungry. I highly recommend checking out Podcast Nigeria. I think you'd be surprised and inspired by what you hear.
And maybe, just maybe, it'll make you want to book a flight to Lagos.
Huh. Maybe so.
All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey everyone, welcome back. All right, so you sent over a really fascinating collection of articles all about this new track from Kizz Daniel called Joy Is Coming. And,
It's everywhere.
yeah, it's got everyone talking.
Yeah.
It seems like it's gone way past just being like a catchy song. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's become like a full-blown cultural moment, and I'm really curious to kind of dig into that. You know what I mean? Like why this particular track
Yeah.
is hitting such a nerve,
Yeah.
and like what makes it so special.
I think one of the things that is so intriguing about it is how this song connects to the global mood.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Kizz Daniel really tapped into this collective desire for positivity
Yeah.
that's been sort of brewing underneath everything. And the success of the song, I think, points to a shift in what audiences are craving right now.
Yeah, it's definitely more than a catchy beat. To really understand Joy Is Coming, I think we need to look at the artist behind it.
Yeah.
For those who might not be super familiar with his work, where would you place Kizz Daniel in the Afrobeat landscape?
Well, Kizz Daniel has been a major player in Afrobeat for over a decade.
All right.
And what's so interesting about him, I think, is his ability to constantly evolve while staying true to the genre's core. So you have these early hits like Woju that really cemented his place in the scene.
Right.
But then you see him kind of experimenting with different sounds in Booga and Cough, Odo.
Yeah.
So Joy Is Coming, I think, really feels like this culmination of his growth as an artist.
Right.
And I think that's part of why it's resonating so deeply, because he's not afraid to push boundaries while still delivering that signature Afrobeat energy that people love.
Yeah, I'm hearing that word evolve a lot.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder how Joy Is Coming specifically builds on the Afrobeat tradition.
Yeah.
What are we hearing in this track that's both familiar and new?
It's interesting how he blends those classic Afrobeat polyrhythms with modern production techniques.
Okay.
So the layering is really complex, but it never feels like it's too much. You can hear that infectious energy in the drums and the percussion, but then there's also this melodic richness that's really captivating. And even without knowing who the specific producer is, you can tell that there's like a real mastery there.
Yeah, you can feel it. It makes you want to move. But let's go beyond just the vibes and talk about the lyrical content.
Okay.
The articles mentioned this message of hope, but I'd love to kind of dig into the specifics a bit more.
Lyrically, Kizz Daniel is such a master of delivering really profound messages through what seem like really simple words.
Yeah.
When the night is dark, the morning comes with blessings untold. That line for me really encapsulates the whole spirit of the song.
Yeah.
It's about acknowledging the hardship, but holding on to this belief that brighter days are coming.
Yeah.
And I think it's that duality that makes the message so powerful.
Right. It's not about ignoring the bad stuff. It's about acknowledging it.
Exactly.
And then choosing to focus on the possibility of joy. And that's a message I think a lot of people can connect with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of connection, we can't overlook the fact that this is a collaboration.
Right.
What can you tell us about the featured artist and how they contribute to the overall feel of Joy Is Coming?
Oh, yeah. The featured artist is collaborator's name, and they bring their own unique energy to the track.
Right.
What really strikes me is how well their voices blend with Kizz Daniel's. You can just tell they're both feeding off of each other's energy in the studio, and it elevates the song to a whole other level. It's like a conversation between two voices that are both just radiating joy.
I've always been really fascinated by the collaborative aspect of Afrobeat.
Yeah.
It seems like such a fundamental part of the genre, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. It's integral to the music. Collaboration is woven into the very fabric of Afrobeat.
Right.
And I think Joy Is Coming is a perfect example of that spirit.
Yeah.
It's about bringing all these different perspectives and talents and energies together to create something really special, and in a way that kind of mirrors the message of the song itself, right?
Yeah.
Joy is amplified when it's shared.
That's such a beautiful way to put it.
Oh, thank you.
And it seems like that message is resonating far beyond just the music itself.
Yeah.
The articles are just overflowing with fan reactions and talk about the song sparking this cultural moment. What are people saying, and what's your take on the song's impact?
I mean, the response has just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Fans are calling it an anthem. They're sharing their own personal stories about how the song has uplifted them.
Oh.
And of course, you have the hashtag Joy is Coming challenge that's taking over social media.
All right.
It's so heartwarming to see people from all walks of life connecting with the message and expressing their own joy through dance.
That dance challenge is a fascinating element.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gone beyond just, replicating steps. It's become more about individual interpretation and expression.
Exactly. It's less about the choreography and more about capturing the feeling of the song, that infectious energy.
Right.
You see people putting their own spin on it, incorporating elements of their own culture and style. It's a beautiful testament to the universality of music,
Yeah.
and how it can transcend borders and languages.
It's really inspiring to see how this one song has created such a ripple effect.
Yeah, it really is.
Makes you wonder about Kizz Daniel's own journey as an artist. How would you say Joy is Coming reflects his growth and maybe even points to the future direction of Afrobeat as a whole?
This song feels like a real landmark moment for Kizz Daniel.
Okay.
It showcases his maturity as a songwriter, the ability to craft a song that's both commercially appealing but also deeply meaningful.
Right.
I think Joy is Coming is a statement not just about his personal evolution, but about the potential for Afrobeat to really impact the world on a larger scale.
So he's kind of moved beyond just creating hits. He's creating movements.
Yeah, I think so.
And that brings us to what I think is the most crucial question for our listener.
Okay.
What's the takeaway? What makes Joy is Coming more than just another catchy tune?
On the surface, it's this feel-good anthem that's impossible not to move to.
Right.
But I think it goes deeper than that. Joy is Coming is a reminder that even in the face of hardship, joy is a choice.
Right.
It's a conscious decision to seek out the light.
Yeah.
And in a world that often feels really divided and uncertain, it's a message I think we all need to hear.
And it's resonating really deeply.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Kizz Daniel's artistry or the infectious energy of the song or simply the timing.
Right.
But Joy is Coming has definitely touched a nerve.
Yeah.
It's reminding us of the power of music to uplift and unite. But I want to push a bit further beyond the surface here.
Okay.
Do you think this is just like a fleeting moment of shared joy? Or can music like this truly have a lasting impact on our outlook and our actions?
That's a really thought-provoking question. I mean, it's true that a song can give you like a temporary mood boost.
Right.
But I do think music has the power to do so much more than that,
Yeah.
When a song resonates as deeply as Joy is Coming has,
Right.
I think it can really spark a shift in perspective. It's like planting a seed,
Right.
reminding us that joy is always possible even when things are tough.
Yeah, it's like a permission slip to embrace joy. To actively seek it out.
Exactly. And maybe that's the key here, right?
Mm.
The song isn't just telling us that joy is coming, it's encouraging us to actually create it.
Right.
It's not passive, it's a call to action.
I like that.
And I think the song's success isn't just about the catchy melodies,
Right.
It speaks to this shared yearning for something more, this desire to connect with a feeling of hope and optimism. And when that desire is amplified on a global scale,
Right.
like what we're seeing with Joy is Coming, it can create this ripple effect, Right.
Inspiring people to seek out and cultivate joy in their own lives.
And maybe that collective action, those individual choices to embrace joy, that's what creates the lasting impact.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not just about listening to a song.
Right.
It's about internalizing that message and letting it influence our actions, our interactions, our outlook on the world.
Absolutely. Joy is Coming is like a catalyst. It's a spark that ignites this larger movement.
Yeah.
It reminds us that joy isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we actively create.
Right.
Both individually and collectively.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this cultural phenomenon,
Yeah.
what's the final thought? What's the nugget of wisdom we want to leave our listener with?
Well, I think Joy is Coming is this powerful reminder that joy is a choice.
Hmm.
It's a perspective, and it's a force that can really transform our lives and the world around us.
Yeah.
It's an invitation to participate in this global movement of positivity, you know?
Right. To seek out joy in unexpected places and to share it generously with others.
Beautifully said. So to our listener, we encourage you to let Joy is Coming be your soundtrack, not just for dancing, but for living a life filled with intention, connection, and of course, joy. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.